Hey friends, Jess right here, Blue Mountain Farm. There is a lot going on simultaneously on the farm right now. Not only are we prepping to open our general store here in a couple weeks, but we're taking on a few new projects, including this one. So we've done a good bit of research. Basically, long story short, I went over to Connie Johnson of Almost a Farm and Jeffrey Johnson, and they have taken on these kunekune pigs. I went over there. There's two that they are getting rid of, two boars, and I fell in love with them. So long story short, those boars are ours now, and we have to get fencing ready for them. So that is the goal today. We're going to bring on two boars, and then I have found a female that we can begin a breeding project with so that we can continue the kunekunes here on the farm. Both for meat, but also for just pleasure, because they're just a lot of fun to have around. And rotational grazing is perhaps the biggest reason that we're doing it. Rotational grazing in small paddocks with what we have chosen, which is Premier 1 electric fencing. This is something that you may or may not have seen through Joel Salatin. Joel Salatin is a really great person to look up if you're wanting to look into rotational grazing. He's doing some really cool things on his farm, and we're gonna do some of those things here. Premier 1 is what he uses, and the reason that we chose Premier 1 is for the ease of use, the ease of moving them from paddock to paddock. So let's go ahead and hop right in. We've gone ahead, and one thing with the electric fencing, it's really important to mow, weed eat, clear your fence borders and a little beyond your, around your fence border, so that there's no issues with the electrical fencing. It doesn't interfere with the fence. So John's back here. We're about to prepare the space, but I want to show you kind of what we chose, because there's a few options on the Premier 1 website. You can piecemeal it out, which means, choose your own charger, energizer, that is, choose your own energizer, which is what we did. A lot of their packages come with solar, and solar is great, but we're going into winter, and so there will not be as much solar energy out here. And as well, the solar energizers are quite expensive. So we have chosen the Speed Right. This is on the Premier 1 website. And I actually did find that it was cheaper to do it this way. So instead of going solar, we went electrical. These do not spend a lot of power. So that's why we chose that, because we would rather have a larger paddock area, extra fencing. So we got 200-foot fencing rolls and it was actually cheaper than their package deal. So packages are not always cheaper, sometimes they're just convenient. So make sure that you do your research and what works best for you and your farm. We got the digital tester here so that we can make sure we're live without touching it. So here we have fence posts, lovely stakes, and we have our sections of electric netting, 100 feet each, 1 and 2. So it was more important to us to get a bigger area than it was to get a kit, get solar, and have less netting. So for the same price, we got double the netting. Little tip there. As well, what we did to decide on our energizer was I just looked at the reviews. Reviews can be really helpful. Sometimes they can be confusing. But in this case, this one rose to the top as far as the reviews for the price. Grounding rod. And as you can see, back here, we have made use of one of our liquid totes, if you will. And Bill helped us cut out the side of this. And I'm about to pop some hay in there for bedding. And pigs really just need to be able to be kept dry, you know, when they're resting. So this will be their little spot to go inside and keep dry when the weather's bad. And you can see here where I have mowed the path. And perhaps I will mow a little bit wider as well. But this will allow us to get this fence installed without interference. So you can kind of get an idea of what their area is going to look like. Pretty nice big area. And so once we put them on this area, they're going to graze this out. They're going to rut this up. They're going to eat a lot of the perennials that we don't want here. And we'll be able to use this area for planting, to amend the soil for us, guys, to put back in the nutrients that have been lost here over the years. So as you may or may not know, I literally just have an electric push mower here on the farm. So I'm very excited at the prospect of these hogs helping us with yard maintenance. To be quite honest with you, we have 21.5 acres here, and it'll be quite convenient to not only have them graze and clear areas for us without us having to put in the muscle work, but then they will become food for us later. So win-win.
Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at bluemountainfarmok.